How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and today we're going to be looking at Stronghold Kingdoms on an Android VM. So for those who aren't aware of what is going on here, you can technically run Android using VM software like VirtualBox right here. So if you take a look over at the actual virtual machines that I have available via VirtualBox, I've installed like Ubuntu, Windows 10, Windows 7, and of course Android x86. So this is a bit of a special build of Android, but it is up to date. It's Android 7, 7.1, I think specifically. I forget. We can take a look here. Yeah, see, Android 7.1.2. And I thought this would be an interesting experiment because I personally don't own any Android devices. So if I wanted to do any sort of work or video content about Stronghold Kingdoms on Android, I am at a bit of a loss here because I don't have anything to run it on. So I figured, yeah, we'll run it on a virtual machine like VirtualBox. And things were going quite well. So the virtual machine installed and everything, it's up to date. I know it uses the x86, which is like an unofficial port of the actual Android operating system that's being developed. But everything else works well. Like if you look at the Play Store, for example, you can load it up. Everything like that works. Obviously, I got Stronghold Kingdoms downloaded. I got it installed right here. But it has a bit of a problem. So if we go ahead and launch it, we get the splash screen. There's a brief error there that I haven't actually looked into fully yet. And then it says it's loading Stronghold Kingdoms. Now, when I get to this screen, I can click either I have an account or I'm a new player, but it doesn't seem to matter because I never get past this screen. I click on it and nothing happens. I've tried waiting at this screen for an extended amount of time to see if that was the problem, but it just becomes completely unresponsive. Fortunately, I don't have to kill the VM to actually get out of here, but the game itself becomes unresponsive. And it shouldn't. As you could see before, I have connectivity here. Like I can load the Play Store and like, you know, I've got data here. This thing is connected to the internet, so there's really no reason why I shouldn't be able to load. So I just don't know what's wrong with Stronghold Kingdoms. I would be a little bit disappointed if I couldn't actually use this because I don't want to buy another device just to create content for Stronghold Kingdoms. I'm sorry. I already have enough devices as it is. I really don't want another one when I can use a VM instead. Just to prove to you that it works on the desktop, right here's the desktop client. I'm not logged in now. I'm going to fill in the details though. And as you can see, here I am. I'm logged in on the desktop version of the game with the virtual machine running in the background. And look, it loads. It loads just fine. Look at that. So it's obviously not a connectivity problem. It's a problem with Android, specifically this virtual machine version of Android. So I really don't know what to do from here. Like I said before, I've mentioned this in the last video, if anybody happened to watch it all the way through, that I intended on also covering the changes that were made to the Android platform for Stronghold Kingdoms, because if you take a look at the game on Android here, it is actually quite popular on this platform. Like it has 100,000 downloads, right? It has 3,060 reviews. It has more attention here on Android than it does on iOS. So it makes sense that I also cover news for the game here, but I can't do it on this virtual machine because Stronghold Kingdoms doesn't work. Okay, so this is a brief update to where I was at 2 hours ago. I sort of ran into an issue here with the Android 80x86 VM. So what happened is I get this error that says it can't remount the RDWR because of unprocessed inode list. And this happens whenever I install any sort of application from Google Play. I've tried it with different ones. I've tried it with Stronghold Kingdoms. It caused this. I tried it with Reddit. It caused this. Nothing up until that point causes it. It's directly related to actually installing an app from Google Play. Now, this could be because when you install an app from Google Play, that appears to initiate an auto update on all the other apps on the device. So it might have something to do with that. But I don't think this actually negates the issue with Stronghold Kingdoms, because like when I installed Reddit and it successfully installed and I was able to launch it and use it, it was just that when it came time to actually restart the virtual machine, their virtual machine refused to boot. So this could have something to do with the Stronghold Kingdoms error, but at the same time, I don't think it's necessarily a definite correlation between the two. But it's definitely something worth looking into. And until this error is solved, basically, you just can't use Android x86 as a VM anymore. So at least for me, I'm asking around about it, so we'll see where this goes, because I'm interested in actually being able to do this. Obviously, like I pointed out before, because BlueStacks also really sucks. I would rather run the full version of Android. It's just funny how complicated some of these things end up being, isn't it? So yeah, that's where things are. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.